Hello and welcome to another live English video here at AM Language with me, Richie, who, as you can see, is I am definitely growing into a hobbit. The hair is Frodo Baggins, Bilbo Baggins. I might as well be a character in Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit because there's no, I don't know. So apologies if you see my hair becoming more and more ridiculous. I hope it eventually looks a bit more like I don't know, Jim Morrison from The Doors, but I very much doubt it. Anyway, Irina, good afternoon, hello, and welcome to today's lesson. Marta, hello, good afternoon, welcome to today's lesson. Thank you for joining. I hope you're doing well. In today's lesson, we are looking at Netflix English. Netflix English, we're going to look at the vocabulary that can help you talk about Netflix and things that you watch on Netflix. It's good for all levels as well, so I think there'll be something for everybody. As always, if you are new, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video as well. What else do I have to say before I get into today's lesson? A big thank you, actually. That's what I need to say in terms of the number of subscribers. Hopefully we can continue to increase this number. And I'm looking forward to the content that we'll be coming out with in February. And can you believe we are already halfway into January? We are the first month of 2021. Time is flying by. Before you know it, it'll be Easter. And the weather hopefully would be better. Now, if you are in Malta, make sure you wrap up warm because apparently we are in for some cold weather. Some of you might know that Spain and Portugal have been, were hit by like an Arctic wind storm and the temperatures really went down. And apparently Malta is going to get a tail end of this. So if you are in Malta or Sicily or those two places at least, maybe the west coast of Italy as well, make sure you wrap up warm because there's some cold weather coming. Evelina, good afternoon. Buon pomeriggio. And welcome to today's lesson. Now, I'll get into it. Basically, what we are going to do in today's lesson is look at the language of Netflix that can help you talk about Netflix with people. Marta, where are you, Richard? I am currently not in Malta. I am actually in Dublin at the moment. And it is freezing as well. It's pretty cold. Yes, so at the moment I am in Dublin, but I will be back in Malta at some point, of course. And when I am back in Malta, I'll make sure I try to do some lessons at the actual school. Alida says, good afternoon, Richie. Well, buenos dias. Alida, welcome to today's lesson and thank you for joining. So, Netflix English, that's the idea. We want to talk about Netflix, things we're watching on Netflix, and we want to have the vocabulary to do so. So let's get into it. So the way we'll do this is, I think I'll put the words in a certain way. and then we can have a little look at the words, always within context. I think that's the important thing. Okay, so let's go with the first lot. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's start off with 6 words to begin with. Okay. So I'm just going to put the words, I'll just write them into a bit of a context, and then we'll see what we're going to try and do. So, um, I want to ba, 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 go. A trailer. Okay, so there we go. Go to Netflix because I want to watch something. I watched the trailer of an original series, but it. Okay, and just a little bit more. Okay, so we've got this. I flicked through Netflix because I wanted to watch something. I watched a trailer of an original series, but it looked unoriginal to me. Another vampire series. I enjoy binge watching and I want to find something that's binge watchable. Okay, so the words here that we are looking at are as follows. So we'll break them down so we know exactly which words uh, we need to concentrate on. We've got A, we've got B, we've got C. The trailer is the one that I want to look at there. Original series. D, C, D, E, E, F, and G. Excuse me, what is binge? Great question. And we are going to find out, Marta. We're going to find out. So we've got flick through, trailer, original series, unoriginal, binge watching, and binge watchable. Okay, so there's actually A, B, C, D, E, and F. Apologies. I put an extra one in. But we will have a look at what we think it might be. So I'm going to put the options below, and we're going to now try and sort of sort it out. Okay, binge watching. Yes, binge watching is something. It's very important. It's a good one to know. Okay, so and yes, it actually I should say. By the way, apologies. It should be binge watching. Okay, it should be binge. Should be binge watching. That's the correct spelling. I left the e out over there. Okay, anyway, that's the context. Let's have a little look. We need to try and link these to the possible meanings below. So, one, when you watch a lot of episodes in a row. 2, something is easy to watch and you want to watch more. Then you've got to look at the options for something. How to explain it? When it is produced by Netflix. 5, not nothing new really. Anything else? Oh, and 6, short clip that shows you what the film is like. Okay, so those are the options when you watch a lot of episodes in a row. 2, something is easy to watch and you want to watch more. 3, look at the options. 4, when it is produced by Netflix. 5, nothing new. And 6, a short clip that shows you what the film is like. So we've got, I flicked through Netflix because I wanted to watch something. I watched the trailer of an original series, but it looked unoriginal to me. Another vampire series. I enjoy binge watching and I wanted to find something that's binge watchable. A lead has come in and said 1 goes with E. So you're saying that 1 goes with binge watching. You're saying 2 goes with F, which is binge watchable. 3 goes with A. So you're saying that to look at the options is flick through. You're saying 4 is C, which you are saying is a Netflix original series. 5 is D, apparently, which is unoriginal. And you're saying 6 is B, which is a trailer. Well, if you agree with a leader, let me know. And then we'll go into our questions that we can, and discussions that we can have around this. Flick through. This is not unique to Netflix. This is anything to do with technology, be it on your phone, computer, you name it. You can find it in many sort of examples. You've got again, binge watchable. Yes, it's used a lot with Netflix. It can be used with Amazon Prime. It can be used with YouTube as well. The original series and the unoriginal element, we'll see what you guys put for that. And then there's trailer. So Mart has said A goes with 3, which is the same as a leader. You're saying that B goes with 6, which is the same as a leader. C with 4, D with 5, E with 1, and F with 2. So your answers seem to be the same as a leader. Well, if anyone else is watching and you agree with Marta and a leader, please let me know. And I'll let you know what the answer is in 30 seconds. So in 30 seconds, I will let you know what the answers are. And then we can have a little discussion where we can try and use some of this language. Irina says 1 goes with E, 2 goes with F, 3 goes with A, 4 goes with C, 5 goes with D, and 6 goes with B, which is the same as Marta and Alida. And Evelina says that she agrees with Alida. Well, I can tell you the answers are as follows. A3, B6, C4, D5, E1, and F2. So well done, guys. Now, I'm now going to ask you this, okay? Because now we have some language. I'm going to ask you to, can you recommend A Netflix series that is binge watchable. Okay. It doesn't have to be a Netflix original series. So it doesn't have to be original, but something that's binge watchable. I mean, I enjoy, well, I can tell you this. The last thing which I thought was, when I ended up binge watching it, was, for instance, Lucifer. Okay. So I would say the series Lucifer. I ended up binge watching uh, Lucifer, uh, for example. So that would be my example. I ended up binge watching Lucifer. It's a very good series. It's funny. It's light. I enjoyed it. Alida says that she's currently watching The Crown and she can't stop watching it. So Alida, this sounds like it's very, very much of a series you would describe as binge watchable. You can just watch it again and again. She said that I watch it in English with the subtitles in English also. Well done, Alida. Good on you. I'm glad that you are watching it in English with English subtitles. Some of the accents on The Crown might be quite difficult to understand. So having subtitles definitely would help. Anyone else like to come in? Let me know of a series you would describe as binge watchable, a series you could happily play and just go for it. Is there any other series I recently watched that I really enjoyed? I would say Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I really enjoy Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's quite funny. Um, Evelina says that she's watching. Oh, uh, you know what? I don't think I've seen that. Bridgerton. No, I don't think I've seen that actually. Let me know if is it binge watchable? Is it binge watchable, Evelina? Don't forget, you need the verb to be. I am watching. Don't forget that. But let me know if you would describe it as something that is binge watchable. Alida says that she loved Peaky Blinders as well. I've seen a little bit of Peaky 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 Blinders. Um, how would we'll get to the point maybe of there's something that we could, yeah, I think there's something that we could. There's some language that's coming up whereby we could use it to describe Peaky Blinders. The only thing I would say with Peaky Blinders is that I think I think once you've watched I think once you've watched a couple of episodes, it you kind of it's the blueprint for all episodes. They try to commit a crime, they go, they do it. There's some violence, and they kind of get away with it, but there's always a problem. Alida says that it's watchable also. Yeah, I would say it does look like it. Marta says that she also saw Suits, and she remembers that it needs to be watched more and more. Is this the? Are you talking about the lawyer one? I remember there being like a New York lawyer TV series called Suits, which looked watchable, and I tried to watch a few episodes. And Marta says yes. So this is with Meghan Merkel, isn't it? Prince Harry's wife. I don't know if you can still say Prince Harry now, but yeah. Okay, awesome. Well done, guys. We're off to a good start. Let's move on to the next. Let's go with. Okay, let's go with this. Nope, pressed on the wrong thing. Okay, so. Um, okay. I keep on losing my place. Okay, right. I think that comes out exactly how I wanted it. Okay, good. So you've got it's very addictive with some very juicy scenes and plot twists. The characters are alluring with some super character development. I'm not keen on series where there is a lack of character development. So let's see the language that we're going to pull apart over here. We've got we've got A is addictive. There we go. We've got B. We're going to put two. Yeah, we're going to put juicy. C. Plot twists. D. Alluring. E. Um, E. F. We're going to go with keen on, and finally G. Lack of character development. So those are the options that we're looking at. Let's see what the possible answers are. So 1, really like. 2, exciting and maybe sexy scenes. 3, story suddenly changes, or the direction of the story suddenly changes. Um, Binge watchable in this context. Attractive. 6, we need to go with there you go. So one is really like, two, exciting and maybe sexy scenes, three, the story suddenly changes, four, binge watchable, five, attractive, six, the character doesn't evolve, and seven, the character evolves a great deal. So let's see if you guys can link A to G with 1 to 7, and we'll see what you guys come out with here. There's some good language. That's, I mean, look, you've got something like keen on, which is not unique to Netflix. It's an everyday term. It's something that you would definitely learn at intermediate as well. So Alida has said 1 goes with F, and Evelina agrees that 1 goes with F as well. So well done there. Glad that you agree. 2 goes with B, 3 C, 4 A, D G, 5 D, 6 G, 7 E. So those are Alida's answers. If you agree with Alida, just tell me that you agree. But if there's anything that you think is a bit different, that you might disagree with, let me know in the live chat section. And then we can discuss, for instance, what we think is a good plot twist or juicy scenes, for example. Anything where you see a good amount of character development or a lack of character development. I have a certain character in mind that really summarizes a lack of character development. And I'll tell you that in a little moment. It's from a series as well that I've always enjoyed, but there's one character for me that really does not really evolve. Arena F says that she agrees with Alida. Okay, so far we're agreeing with Alida. Let's see. I'll give you guys 30 more seconds to see if there's anyone with slightly different answers. So you're saying 2 goes with B. You're saying that 3 goes with C. Saying that 4 goes with A. 5 goes with D. 6. 7. B. Okay, right. So I'll give you 20 more seconds and then I'll let you know what the correct answers are and we can have a little discussion about them. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here are the correct answers. So well done, Alida, and everyone else. Those are the correct answers. So let's have a little discussion. Oh, Marta disagrees. Let me know what you were going to say, Marta. Let me know which one you thought you might disagree with. But yes, 1 really like this does go with keen on. Okay, not to worry, Marta, not to worry. 2, we've got exciting and maybe sexy scenes. Yes, this does go with B, juicy scenes. We've got 3, which is the story suddenly changes, and that goes with C, which is a plot twist. 4, we've got being watchable. Yes, that goes with addictive. It's easy to watch. 5, we're saying, which is attractive, going with D, which is alluring. We've got 6, which is the character doesn't evolve, and we're saying that that goes with G, a lack of character development, while 7, which is the character evolves a great deal, goes with E. To me, A is 1. A is 1. Oh, yeah, okay. I see what you're saying there, but in this context, we can't go with 1A because then we're not going to be able to link F. So that's why it has to be. That's why it has to be 1F because F can only go with 1. F can only go with 1. Okay. So my question to you guys is this. What? Okay, I'm going to tell you what I think, and then you guys can tell me what you think. A character, name a character from a series that either lacks character development or has a superb, uh, or yeah, no, actually, lacks character development. Lacks character development. Now I'm going to go with lacks. I'm going to give you my example, okay? Joey from Friends. Now, I really like Friends. I think the character in Friends that perhaps has the most growth is probably Ross. I think Ross has a pretty good um, character development over the 10 series. I think Joey's very limited. I think with Joey, there's a lack of character development. I don't think he changes that much from the early seasons, from the early series. So for me, Joey is an example of a lack of character development. But let me know if you guys can think of any other examples. Now, actually, this is one of my biggest issues with the latest Star Wars, because I think the main character, Rey, I think her character doesn't like. I think the writers, and this is a writer issue, not an actor issue, but I don't think the writers put enough time into the development of the character. Um, I've heard that the games have put more time to that growth, but I think it's one of the biggest differences, because I remember the original Star Wars, and you had a huge character growth for Luke Skywalker, and I like series and I like films where, especially if it's a series, um, where you see a character grow and you are taken on that journey of the character development. But for me, Joey shows a lack of character development. But let me know, who would you say lacks character development? Um, if you're struggling, I can always ask you another question. Um, Series with a big plot twist, for example. Um, can I think of a big plot twist from a TV series? 24. I remember a series called 24. They would have lots and lots of plot twists. In the end, after like a few seasons, it became very, very predictable. But when you watched like the first three, there were a good amount of plot twists. Marta says House of Cards. Yes, House of Cards has a lot of plot twists. Um, that's a good example of that. I'm trying to think of any other examples with a big plot twist. I want to say Prison Break. I only liked Prison Break for the first two seasons. Can I think of any others? I'm saving Games of Thrones for later, because there's something that I'm going to say about that one. Alida says Breaking Bad. Yeah, Breaking Bad. I've heard Breaking Bad has some good plot twists. I never watched Breaking Bad. I tried to watch, and I got through the first 5 episodes and I was like, no, no, I can't get into it. Okay, let's move on to the next a lot of words. And here we go. Okay, so Okay, so it was a shambolic ending. Totally underwhelming. It could have left it on the hanger with a lot of suspense, but instead they produced that rubbish. With the hanger one, you could even add cliffhanger to it, actually. You could add cliff to it. That is also an option. You've got hanger or cliffhanger. They're going to be talking about the same thing, really. Okay, so what are we looking at? The words that we can look at. A, B, we're going to look at underwhelming. C, we're going to look at shambolic. Okay, and the options for this one. We've got 1, awful. 2, and 3. Really, really disappointed after all that build-up. Build-up, by the way, is the story growing. Okay, so build-up is the growth of the story. That's what I mean by build-up. So you've got just these three. You've got a cliffhanger or hanger. It ended on a hanger or it ended on a cliffhanger. Cliffhanger is the one that we probably go for. Underwhelming and shambolic. The options: something that's awful. 2, when the episode ends and you want to watch the next one. And 3, really, really disappointed after all that build up. So let's see what your answers are. So yeah, it's just 3 words this time. But these are good ones to know. And I've got something to say about a particular series that I know everybody was disappointed by in terms of the way it ended. Alida says 1C, 2A, 3B. If you agree with Alida, let me know. Yeah, so if you agree with Alida, let me know. So she's saying 1 is C, so awful goes with shambolic. 2 goes with A. Okay, so you're saying that 2 goes with the cliffhanger, and 3 goes with B. So you are saying that 3 goes with underwhelming. I'll give you guys 30 more seconds, and then I will let you know what the answers are. If you agree with Alida, just let me know. Evelina says 1C, 2A, 3B. Okay, so Evelina, you have the same answers as Evelina. So well done if you are correct. We shall see momentarily. Okay, so 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Marta says she doesn't know. Well, these are the answers, Marta. So yeah, 1 goes with C, shambolic. Okay, it is shambolic. This is awful. Really, really awful. So let me know of a show you thought was shambolic. Okay. Then we've got two, which goes with a, yeah, a cliffhanger. Um, the episode stops, and you're really into it, and you want to watch the next one. And that's the model of a Netflix series. Make sure each episode ends on a cliffhanger, so you want to watch the next episode. So you want to watch the next episode. Um, I can think of plenty of television series that have done this. It's really good. You're really into it. Cliffhanger. It ends on a cliffhanger. You know, the classic one where you think that one of the main characters might die. They're in serious trouble, and you click next. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and you just click next episode anyway. And then finally, you've got three, which is B. Yeah, three, underwhelming. Now, for me, I'm going to give you an example, okay? And then you guys can tell me. Um, the ending, okay, The Good Place was shambolic. Thank you very much, Alida. I won't watch that then. Okay, so the ending to Games of Thrones was underwhelming. Okay, so after all that build up, if you haven't watched it, apologies, spoiler alert. Um, but after all that build up, the ending, a lot of people thought the ending was underwhelming. Not as big as they thought it was going to be, not as good as people thought it was going to be. So that would be one example. Let me know if you can think of anything else that is underwhelming. Anita says she's never watched it. Sorry, I'm going to be honest with you. I have not watched a lot of Game of Thrones. It's just that people have told me about it. Marta said that she began yesterday. Well, I hope you enjoy Game of Thrones, because apparently it is very good. I've just been told that about the ending. I think, okay, I'm going to bring back Star Wars for a second. The last episode of Star Wars in the films, Rise of the Skywalker, I thought it wasn't just underwhelming. I thought it was massively, massively underwhelming. Um, I mean, I have a thing about Walt Disney at the moment. Uh, I think if massively underwhelming. I just think if you want a series of a film, films or anything like that to be underwhelming, give it to Disney. They will make it massively underwhelming. And I think it comes down to just lazy writing, just not very creative writing. And I think that was the biggest problem with the latest Star Wars. I just don't think it was very creative. It was massively underwhelming. Alida says that she's not very fond of science fiction. Fair enough. I can understand. I can certainly understand your point there, Alida. Okay, guys, so that brings us to the end of this week. Thank you so much for your interaction today, Alida, Marta, Evelina, Irina F. Anyone else? Thank you very much for all of your participation and interacting in the live chat section. Thank you very much for doing so. Alida, thanks, Richard. Have a wonderful weekend. You too. Thank you very much, Alida. You too, Marta. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. If you liked today's video, make sure you like the lesson. Arena F says, thanks. Have a great weekend and the fine weather. Thank you, Arena F. You too, Marta. Have a great weekend. You too, Evelina. Have a great weekend. And everyone else watching, have a great weekend. Subscribe, like, and share. And I will see you next week. at the same time, 3 o'clock. Take care and bye for now.